Can you give any advice for natural methods of pain management?
Oh, yes, since we're talking about Ayurveda, the first natural management would be to live according to your constitution. This way we will avoid the pain, because we will not be creating the disease. So that's the first and foremost step. The next one would be to pay attention to the environment. You know, the things that bring on the disease. Ayurveda is a very amazing preventative system. You know, it's like prevent it before it actually happens. And that way you don't have to deal with the pain anyway. But suppose we do have the pain, then we have to work with it. Yoga gives us some really amazing ways of doing this. First one that comes to my mind is the breath. If we're able to focus on the breath, we take away the attention from where the pain is. Yeah? And another thing we can do is actually focus on that point of pain and imagine that the breath is going through that point. Actually, I had myself a very amazing experience of this. We were doing a meditation in Africa. We just arrived, long flight, and right away we were late, so we had to go right away and do a program. And here we are sitting on stage, and having been sitting in the plane for over 30 hours or so traveling, you're not in your best shape. And I had this amazing pain in my thigh. But here I am sitting on stage, and people are all there looking at you. I had to be proper. So I sat and I said, now what to do? My eyes were closed. And I thought, okay, the pain is there. So I brought my mind to the pain. And I started to breathe and imagine the prana, instead of coming through my nostril, was actually going in through that point of pain. Yeah, and that was my whole meditation. Breath on that point. And I had my breath just moving along that space. Now, after a few moments, the pain became excruciating. It just kind of built up, got really bad, but I kept at it. And as I did that, it broke. It was like a dam breaking. And that initiated a flood of energy that made me feel amazingly blissful. It was probably one of my most beautiful accidental samadhis. And then you learn too that by the practice of samyama, you can do this. Yeah? That was actually practicing samyama without me knowing it. And it was forced because of the environment. But from that I learned that if you can really do that, yeah, you can, it's just that we don't have the, sometimes you don't have the stamina to go through it. It's just like with any concentration practice. You're asked to sit and to concentrate for meditation, but your mind starts to wander, and there's nothing really there to keep you. But that pain was there to keep me with it. I had to stay with it, and the audience was there also helping me to stay with it because I couldn't get up at that moment. And by staying with it and deciding I was going to stay with it completely and fully, it was a practice of yogic discipline. And it brought about that complete breakdown of the pain barrier. It was like a dam broke and the energy flowed through. And in that flowing through, it sent me into a blissful state because there was pure energy flowing. Yeah? So if we can practice something like that, it's not an easy practice, but it can bring about an amazing resolution.